John Beltran, Dave Urick back from Winter Field in Strasburg. We're moments away from the second half, where the Beat Diggers lead the Indians by a score of 35-14. And, you know, it's amazing when you look at this offense. Overtime, plus 4 quarters last week, plus 2 tonight. They have scored 77 points. And, I mean, this is not too far removed from a few weeks ago when we had concerns about the offense, Dave, when they were shut out for 3 quarters by a very physical Ray team with no Connor Weiser. But again, I still go back to that 4th quarter against Ray when they scored 19 points. And maybe they missed a beat or so since then, but not too many beats. They've been functioning on all 8 cylinders.
Yeah, you know, they're able to get that running game going for the most part, even without Weiser. They get that 2 or 3 yards. And I'll tell you what, Lee and Tyler Carter, they've really stepped up and done the part. That's what you need your seniors to do. But, you know, just like tonight, we get out there, we look, the holes, you know, they're there, but they're not big holes. But those guys are making those yards because they just run so hard and break tackles, and they keep their feet, and they're not giving up the fumbles, you know. So no turnovers and running the ball hard, you know, that adds up to some good offensive success.
Dave, I think what's amazing to me is that Strasburg, unfortunately for them, has no answer for the Beat Digger bootleg at all. I mean, that outside is wide open, and they really have no answer for Eric Garcia running a pattern up the sideline.
You know, or Garcia with that quick pitch to the outside. You know, he was stopped because he was trying to cut the ball back. When he takes off running, I don't think they have the speed to really shut him down. And like you said, that passing attack, you know, I need to focus more on the patterns that our receivers are running. Something's going on to make them wide open like that. There's some good fakes happening.
And Tormolen in the opening half, Dave, I think you had him for passing yardage-wise, obviously over 100 yards, so he's well over 1,000 for the season. And if my numbers are correct, you know, with 142, well over 1,000. And he's got, if my numbers are correct, this is unofficial, he would have 13 touchdown passes with only 1 interception.
Yeah, he's just doing a great job of being smart about throwing the ball. And we've seen him look at his favorite receiver, his number 1 receiver, and seen him throw it to some other people. You know, we've seen him go with the short pass when there was guys that were open down the field, or that he was hoping they would be open down the field further. And so he's done a good job of finding his receivers.
Strasburg will receive the second half kickoff, and Dave, you'd like the Beat Diggers to get the football first because of how well the offense has played, but I think this is good for Brush. You have to be challenged early on in the second half to see how you'll respond, because it would be nice to see some defensive momentum transfer to the offense, and that was the case at the end of the second quarter because of the outstanding interception by Randy Baker.
Right, and the fact that the Strasburg coach is starting to hit the panic button a little bit. Now I wonder, tonight you're bringing a team out at halftime, they do their warm-up, you look up there at the clock, you see 35-14, I wonder if you're thinking, hey, you know, let's run that quarterback keeper up the middle and let's run that end around a few times that they've stopped a lot of the time, or do you start thinking, you know, we're going to have to air the ball out and go to some trick plays, and as soon as teams start having to do that, usually stuff starts working out for you turnover-wise.
Obviously, I'm going to be looking out for what the defense does, but I think what's also going to be interesting is what the Beat Diggers do on special teams. You have to imagine that Strasburg is going to try to do to Brush what Brush did to Eaton last week. The Beat Diggers attempted 2 onside kicks, 1 early, which they didn't get, cost them a touchdown, and then, of course, with about 5.5 minutes to go in the game, Beat Diggers got the ball back. They eventually scored the game-tying touchdown because, I mean, you would think, Dave, there's no way that Strasburg's going to continue to kick off the Brush if they score here in the second half.
Yeah, if they score. I'll tell you what, they're not showing any respect for our kickoff team as both of their return guys are on about the 15-yard line.
Jesus is going to boot this one into the ground. It'll take a high hop, fielded at the 24-yard line by Jordan Ross, I believe, across the 30 to the 32. Kyle Rosenbrock in on the play. That was Ross. So that's for the Indians. Will begin on their initial drive of the second half with the Beat Diggers leading the game by a score of 35-14. And we've seen them in shotgun. We've seen the quarterback, Glenn Wallace, line up under center. He's lined up under center. 1st and 10 for the 32. The lone setback is Ross. Man in motion to the right. There's the handoff on the end around to Blau. Swings it to the outside with a stiff arm along the sideline. Across the 35. Forced it about by Trevor Blake. But not before a gain of 6 yards to the 38-yard line. Maybe they'll give him the 39. Either way, it's second down and short, and they will give him, they'll give him the 39, a gain of 7 for Spencer Blau.
Yeah, just running that fly offense out of that double wing sort of a formation. The Diggers see the guy coming in motion, but our defensive end got hooked, and just there's no way we could turn it back inside.
Second down and 3 to go for the 39-yard line. Wallace is in a shotgun awaiting the snap. And in motion is Chavarria. And there's a fake, and Wallace will keep the football, and he drives to the 40-yard line, but he's stood up by Baker, who throws him down, and then a flag is thrown in the middle of the pile. And I didn't see any violation against the Beat Diggers, so this might be going back, and there's a Beat Digger getting up very slowly along the defensive line. That doesn't look good. That doesn't look good. He's barely getting up, and that is Maverick Seawald, although he's going to stay in there. He's going to stay in there, but maybe head coach Randy Dreitz is imploring him to exit the field, and Joe Carwood, the freshman, will replace him. That is a hold against Strasburg. Yeah, I think Seawald's okay, but they're not going to take any chances right now. Boy, Seawald is big. It looks like he's got bigger in the last 6 or 7 weeks.
It's a presence out there, you know, and he plays both sides of the ball, remember. Sophomore out there, and then we replace him with a freshman. So, you know, Coach Dreitz has a wealth of young talent out there making a difference in these games.
That hold was in the backfield, a 12-yard penalty for Strasburg. That's a 27. Second down and 15. 2 receivers out to the right and 2 to the left. Wallace in a shotgun. Chavarria in motion. Direct snap to Ross, looking for a seam. He's got nothing up the middle. In fact, he's going to lose. We lost you there for a couple of seconds, but a holding penalty was followed by a no gain and an incomplete pass by Strasburg. So it was 4th and 15 and a short punt to the 45-yard line. So the Beat Diggers have outstanding field position. And they've already got a 3-touchdown lead on their opening possession of the third quarter. 10:46 to go. Brush 35, Strasburg 14. I'm John Beltran with Dave Uring. There's the handoff to Carter. He runs into an Indian after a gain of 2 at the 43-yard line. That's Spencer Blau. It'll be second down and 8 to go for Brush.
Carter looked like he kind of hesitated a little bit there, and he slowed down. As soon as he slowed down, he ended up taking a big hit there, and it looks like it stung him pretty good.
Second down and 8 for the 43-yard line. Lee is out. He'll take a breather. Carter's in the backfield with Garcia. The Beat Diggers have not punted in this game, and they won't punt in Strasburg territory. Second down and 8 from the 43-yard line, and there's the give on the right side. Nothing there for Garcia. Maybe half a yard. That was read perfectly. We'll say no gain. Third down and 8 as the Strasburg tackle was made by Dylan Jacoby.
We saw that no-huddle offense earlier in the game, and with that T backfield. Now we're just going with that T backfield. Mullen's already starting to work on eating the time off the clock.
Welcome home to your hometown grocery store featuring Morgan County's largest variety, the Brush Grocery Cart. Third down and 8 from the Strasburg 43-yard line. 3 in the backfield. No receivers in this formation. For Mullen, back to throw, plenty of protection. Deep over the middle, wide open. Caught. That's a first down along the right sideline to the 20. Randy Baker still on his feet, and he's dragged down at the 15. A big gainer for the Beat Diggers and a first down. The gain of 27 yards.
So 169 yards passing now for Mullen, completing 5 of 6 attempts. But I got to tell you, I'm puzzled by Strasburg. They know it's third and long. They have 5 guys up on the line of scrimmage. It looks like they have 5 linebackers, then a couple of free safeties. But the free safeties are only about 10 yards off the line of scrimmage, and they came up thinking the Diggers were going to run the football. And we actually had 2 receivers that were way behind them.
Under 9 minutes to go in the third. First and 10 for the Beat Diggers at the Strasburg 15-yard line. Tormolin on the handoff to Carter running right. He's got nothing. He just ran into his blockers and the left side of that Strasburg defensive line. In fact, he lost a yard to the 16. Second down and 11 to go for Brush. The Beat Diggers have had a lot of plays that just haven't worked tonight.
Yeah, they tried to run that out of that key. It was a 46 where they kicked the defensive end out with our running back, and then Carter's supposed to run it off tackle. But Strasburg's got all those linebackers up there blitzing, and they fire up there and get in the hole, and they get our guards stumbling, and we can't pull anybody, and we can't kick anybody out.
Second down and 11 for Brush at the Strasburg 16-yard line. Tormolen on the handoff right side to Rosenbach inside the 10-yard line to the 6. He found a hole, a huge hole, and he picked up a chunk of yardage before Julio Hernandez made the tackle. It's a gain of 10, 3rd and 1.
Yeah, you know, they have every single one of their defensive players within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage, and they're losing their patience and starting to blitz a lot in the middle, and that's leaving the outside a little bit more open.
With 7:44 to go in the third. Brush 35, Strasburg 14, 3rd and 1 for Brush at the 6-yard line of Strasburg. 3 in the backfield. Tormolen hands it off on the right side to Rosenbach, and he has nothing, maybe half a yard. Boy, was that a big-time blitz. As Corey Coombs made the tackle, no gain. 4th and 1 from the 6.
You know, they're just blitzing those guys up the middle, so the sooner we get the ball to the outside, the better off we're going to be.
Yeah, because as you mentioned, that'll be wide open if they come with that. 4th and 1 from the 6. As we are under 7 minutes to go in the third. Blake is in that backfield as well with 2 other beat diggers. On 4th down, it's Tormolen looking to throw, and towards the end zone, the pass is going to be caught. Or no, yeah, it is. It's a touchdown. And it looked like Randy Baker caught it over the middle. From 6 yards away, the beat diggers again convert on either a 3rd or 4th down situation. Brush 41, Strasburg 14. Tormolen has 3 touchdown passes in the game.
You know, it was one of the favorite plays Brush has run over the years, where they fake the dive on the right side and come back with the pass over the, you know, kind of an 81 dump, they call it, to the tight end who runs just down the field and finds an open spot. Just a great call there by the coaches as the linebackers are coming. There's nobody back there to cover the pass.
The extra point by Jesus is up, and good, just inside the left upright. 6:51 to go, third quarter. Brush 42, Strasburg 14 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. 7 plays, 45 yards, and 3 minutes and 55 seconds on 4th and 1 from the 6. Mitch Tormolen finds Randy Baker, who maneuvered his way for the catch of the end zone. 3rd touchdown pass for Tormolen, and the Beat Diggers now lead 42-14, and that ball is hit right into the ground, picked up at the 29-yard line, running right across the 30-yard line to the 34, and Kyle Rosenbach and a couple of other Beat Diggers are right there on Julio Hernandez. The return of 5 yards, and the Beat Diggers will take that as long as Strasburg starting on their own side of the field, and the Beat Diggers are up by 28.
You bet. You know, it just stops that momentum from being built. When a team gets a big run back, everybody starts cheering and jumping up and down, and prevents that momentum swing.
1st and 10 for Strasburg at their own 35-yard line. Under center. I don't know if that's Wallace this time. It is. There's a handoff on the left side to Ross, and he runs hard across the 35 towards the 40. Rosenbach and Bryant Woodward in on the play along with Randy Baker. They'll give him 5, 2nd and 5 for Strasburg.
Ross has got 30 yards on 7 carries. Just really hasn't been much of a factor in the Strasburg running game today.
Victor Lopez is in the game. It's like Maverick Seawald is not back in. Under center, 2nd down and 5 for the 40. Chavarria in motion to the left, handoff on the left side to Ross. He's trapped in the backfield. Now reverses his field, has running room to the right along the sideline, and he's down at the 45. Eric Garcia made the tackle. They'll give him the 46, but it is a 1st down, a nice athletic move by Jordan Ross.
That time he made some yards, didn't he? I shouldn't have jinxed us by talking about him like that. He ran over to the left side, and then he just changed directions, came back to the right. Tell you what, our defensive end, luckily Soto was right there to try to help slow him down a little bit. That's what allowed Garcia to close in so quickly.
1st and 10 for Strasburg at their own 46-yard line. And in motion to the right. There's the handoff across the 45 to the 56 for Cody Smith. Down the right sideline. Brett Foster makes the tackle inside the 30 to the 26. However, that's a gain of 28 yards and a 1st down by Cody Smith as the Indians are now in Beat Digger territory.
Yeah, they're just doing a job on our defensive end on this side, and having a hard time getting across the line of scrimmage, and and making contact without getting hooked. And that time they cut it up in the middle and just couldn't break free of the block.
Ball at the 27-yard line at Brush, 1st and 10. There's the handoff on the end around, running right inside the 25, and the Beat Diggers trying to strip that ball to the 24. And the gain of close to 3. Dustin Blagg, who scored the first touchdown, was the ball carrier. Eric Garcia was the first man in for the Beat Diggers. A gain of 3. 2nd down and 7 for the Indians, with the Beat Diggers up 42-14 with 5:08 to go in the third. The long setback is Ross on 2nd down and 7 from the 24. And in motion to the left. There's the handoff again on the end around, cutting it back towards the middle, inside the 20, still on his feet, and driving towards the 17-yard line. A very impressive run for Brian Nichols, the freshman. And that's going to be good for a gain of 7 yards right at the 6. He might have a first down. Let's see if they'll give him the first down, or, yeah, they might have to measure here. Committed to serving those in production ag. Premier Farm Credit is the gold standard in ag lending. And for all of your auto supply needs, stop by Central Auto Parts in Fort Morgan. Well, it's going to be 3rd and inches to go for the Beat Diggers 17-yard line. On 3rd down, Wallace, quarterback sneak, first down, across the right side. And he got to the 16. Just a gain of 1, but that's enough to keep the sticks moving. Maverick Seawald checks back into the game. He wants to stop this Strasburg momentum. As Corey Coons on the sideline is imploring the Indian fans to get going. They need all the support they can get. Down by 4 scores on their home field. 1st and 10 for Strasburg at the Brush 16-yard line. Under center is Wallace. We're under 4 minutes to go in the third. Chavarria in motion to the left. There's the inside head up, running right to the 15, back to the inside, spinning to the 10. And I believe that's Smith to the 8-yard line. Might have got the 7, but it's a gain, we'll call it, of 8 yards unofficially. It'll be 2nd down and a short 2-huddle offense for Strasburg at the 8. The long setback is Ross. There's a handoff again on the right side. Back to the 5 is Smith, and he lunges towards the end zone. Did he fumble the ball, or was he down? I think he was down at the 1. So Smith gained 7 yards, 1st and goal for the Indians.
For Strasburg, just really exposing a weakness on the outside. They're just having a hard time reading those keys and reading those blocks, and boy, they're just tearing us up outside.
1st and goal at the 1, quarterback sneak, and got a touchdown, I think it is, for Wallace, but no signal yet. And it is a touchdown for the quarterback, Wallace, from a yard away. Rush 42, Strasburg 20.
Wallace got 12 yards on 3 carries, but again, just Strasburg's still beating us with those end arounds. Doing a good job of blocking. You have to give them credit. They're doing a good job of blocking our defensive ends, and the ends are having a hard time controlling that outside shoulder.
Well, now you've got to watch out for the onside kick, like I mentioned earlier. After this extra point, which is up, and that one by Blau is good. 3 minutes and 7 seconds remaining in the third quarter from Winter Field in Strasburg. It's Brush 42, Strasburg 21 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. 9 plays, 65 yards in 3 minutes and 38 seconds. Glenn Wallace with a 1-yard sneak. Extra point was good. The Beat Digger lead is down to 42-21. The Beat Diggers have their kickoff team out there, but you got to watch out here because it wouldn't surprise me if Strasburg goes for the onside kick. They can't stop the Beat Digger offense. The only way they're going to get the ball back is to an onside kick, and this is going to be an onside kick. The ball is going to be fielded by the Beat Diggers, looks like at the 48-yard line. I think that was a lineman who was out there. That was Joe Carwin. A nice job for Brush. He fielded that cleanly. Brush has the football at their own 49-yard line with 3:03 to go in the third.
You bet, a heads-up play there by Carwin. Brush had some hand guys that were up there, close up there on the line, but Carwin was the one that kicked it to. Strasburg lines up on their kickoff. They have 3 guys on the right side. They kick it from the right hash. They have 7 guys on the other side. So when they kick that onside kick, they kicked it over there to their 7-guy side.
1st and 10 for Brush at their own 49-yard line. They can take this drive into the fourth quarter. They'll be in great shape. Hand off to Rosenbrock. Big hole up the middle across the 45, and he's taken down at the 43. It might give him the 42, which would be a gain of 9. 2nd down and 1. That's an even better situation as Jordan Ross made the tackle.
27 yards for Rosenbrock now on 5 carries. Just a dive on the left side, that 25 dive out of that T formation.
Cargill Meat Solutions takes as much pride in the community just as they do in the products they provide to their consumers. Cargill Meat Solutions, part of the KSIR B106 scholarship program. 2nd and 1 for Brush at the Strasburg 42-yard line. Tom Mullen taking his time. Up to the line of scrimmage, handoff, left side, spinning, 1st down inside the 40, lowering his shoulder to the 38-yard line and gaining 4 yards on the play once again. Is Kyle Rosenbrock. And again, he was hit well before he got to that 4-yard mark, but he just kept going.
Yeah, he's about a foot off the ground and driving his legs, carrying people on his back. He just refused to go down, and he was going to get that 1st down by himself.
The clock will be under 2 minutes when the Beat Diggers snap the football for their 3rd play of this drive. 1st and 10 at the Strasburg 38. Brush leads 42-21. Tom Mullen again, waiting until the play clock gets to 5. It's now at 2. Tom Mullen gets it off, handoff right side to Carter, and he's going to be thrown for a loss at the 40-yard line as Strasburg came with a blitz. Jordan Ross was one of the Indians in on the play. Another Indian is flat on his back, and now getting up. It'll be 2nd down and 12. For the Beat Diggers.
It's just not a defense you see all the time. 5 guys on the line of scrimmage defensively, and then it looks like they have about 4 linebackers that are up there, a couple, 2 or 3 yards off the line of scrimmage, and then 2 free safeties, about 5 yards back. So they're all up there in the box trying to stop the running game, blitzing people like crazy.
2nd down and 12 from the Strasburg 40. 3 in the backfield. Hand off on the left side. A big hole for Carter to the 35-yard line. He runs into an Indian, and he keeps going to the 32, gaining 8 yards. Spencer Blau was in on the hit. But again, it's a gain of 8. And the Beat Diggers are in a better position now as it is 3rd down and 4 to go for Brush.
Indian defense was anticipating a pass. Their linebackers lined up about 4 yards back that time, but they still blitzed their 2 inside linebackers. Leaving their outside guys there to make the tackle.
This could be the final play of the 3rd quarter with 25 seconds to go from the 32-yard line of the Indians. 3rd down and 4. Tom Mullen rolling right on the bootleg. He'll take off with the football to the 30-yard line. 1st down along the sideline, and he's taken down inside the 25 to the 23. Excellent block by McConnell. Let me tell you, if he doesn't make that block, Mullen doesn't make that play. Instead, it's a gain of 9 and a Beat Digger 1st down.
I was going to say the same thing. That's what made it happen. So McConnell's blocking him like crazy. He doesn't just block him, he puts him on his back. Kept driving him until he knocked him backwards. The pancake block.
I don't think the Beat Diggers need to run a play. But he did run out of bounds. I thought he was tackled in bounds. It'll be at the 23-yard line. One more play for the Beat Diggers here in the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10. And off on the left side to Carter. Stutter steps inside the 20-yard line, still on his feet to the 15. He's still going, carrying defenders to the 10-yard line. To gain of 13 for Tyler Carter and a 1st down. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. Brush 42, Strasburg 21 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.